Hello learners, welcome to PVB Initiative, your one-stop for information and knowledge to secure good marks in standard 11th and 12th physics. Watch this space for new videos every day. Today we are going to learn an important question of 2 mark of standard 12th chapter 1 electric charge and fields. The question is, state superposition principle for static electric forces and derive its general equation. In our last video, we learned how to derive or how to define Coulomb's force in a vector formation. Right now, we are going to study that if there are n number of charges are there in a one plane, how can we write or how can we generalize Coulomb's force for them? So first of all, learn the statement. When more than one Coulombian forces are acting on a charge, the resultant Coulombian force acting on it is equal to the vector sum of the individual forces. Now what does that mean? There are so many charges in the field. Let us understand with the diagram. You can see here O is the origin, charge Q1 is somewhere here which is at the position vector R1 from origin. Charge Q2 have a position vector R2 from the origin. Q3 have a position vector R3 from the origin. You can see the different direction of forces of charge F1. You can see the direction of the line joining the center or origin to charge, force F12 and force F13. Now what we are doing here? We are finding a force on charge Q1 due to charge Q2 and Q3. In the same way we can have so many more charges. Now let us go step by step. First, force on charge 1 by charge 2. We can write it as a F12. We have studied in our last lecture. F12 is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R12 whole square into R12 R cap, where R12 cap is showing a unit vector in the direction R12. Let us have equation number 1. Force on charge 1 by charge 3. Force on charge 1 by charge 3. We can write it as a F13. F13 is K Q1 into Q3 upon R13 whole square. We are talking about two charges Q1 and Q3. So we will have Q1 and Q3 in the numerator. And distance between Q1 and Q3, that is R13 in the denominator and the square into R13 cap. R13 cap is showing a unit vector in the direction of R13. Let us have equation number 2. Now, next, F1 is the force on charge Q1 by charge Q2 and Q3. What we are doing? We are just combining these two forces. Let us recall as a F1 is equal to F12 plus F13. We are just combining because we know that on charge Q1 there are two different kind of forces, F12 and F13. So there may be some net force. We have studied in standard 11. If two different forces are acted on one charge or acted on one point, we will have a addition of two different charges. So we can write it as a F12 plus F13. Now next what we will do? We will substitute for F12 and F13 in the given equation. So we can write it as a K Q1 Q2 upon R12 square R12 cap plus K Q1 Q3 upon R13 square R13 cap. Similarly, if there are n number of charges which are acted force on charge Q1, we can write it as a F1 is equal to F12 plus F13 plus F14 and so on plus F1n. What we are considering? we are considering a different charges acting a Coulombian force on charge Q1. So let us simplify. We are taking K out of the equation. We can see K is common for all the values. So K out of the addition, we are taking K as a common. What we are left with? Q1 Q2 upon R12 square R12 cap plus Q1 Q3 upon R13 square R13 cap and so on Q1 Qn upon R1n square R1n cap. So in generalized form, in the form of summation, what we can write? F1 is equal to K. We can take Q1 also common from the equation. You can see Q1 is remaining same because charge is on Q1 or sorry force is on Q1. So Q1 is out of the bracket. So what is varying basically? I is equal to 2. Why 2? Because force is from charge Q2 onwards. Okay. So I is equal or I is changing from 2 to n. Means we have a different charges Q2, Q3, Q4 and so on up to n number of charges. We are acting force on charge Q1. Okay. So what we can write? Summation I is equal to 2 to n Qi upon R1I square R1I cap. What we are doing? We are just substituting I in place of the second.